Well, hello, sports fans. It's Larry Eder in San Jose, California. Stuart Weir in Oxford, England, the intellectual capital of the world. And it is Athletics Chat 12. Hello, Stuart. How are you?
All the better for seeing you, Larry.
Oh, Stuart, the feeling is mutual.
Good.
The feeling is mutual. I'm inside today in my parents' house because it was about 90 degrees outside, and I didn't want you to see me sweating, But we're doing pretty good. So we will be chatting for the next 35, 40 minutes, solving all the problems in athletics, which is what we do every week. And everybody waits with bated breath for those things. Today we're going to start with Gemma Reekie and how well she's doing. Stuart, what do you think?
It's an appalling situation I have to tell you about, Larry, because we have got Laura Muir. And Laura Muir invites Gemma to be her training partner. And during COVID, to make things easier, Laura Muir invites Gemma to come and stay in her house. And how does Gemma thank her for this? She's gone out and beaten her twice. Doesn't she know her place?
I'm shocked. So for those of us across the pond, what races did she beat her in?
She beat her in an 800 in Glasgow in indoor in February, and in fact took a record. And then last weekend in Trieste in Italy, another 800. But the first race that either Gemma or Laura had for 4 months, and they were both under 2 minutes, but Gemma just sneaked in front of her.
Wow.
Andy Young, the coach, must just be rubbing his hands to have two athletes at that level. And of course, he's got Gabriella from Canada in the group as well.
Yes.
And I spoke to Andy last week, and they were in the Pyrenees, between France and Spain, doing some altitude training. And from then they've gone to Trieste, and Laura is certainly running in Monaco. So they're trying to get as much of a season as they can. But joking aside, Gemma is just such a talent.
Yes.
And she's 4 or 5 years younger than Laura, and as well as running good times, she's running technically very well. Like, she won the 1500 in the Glasgow indoor event against a pretty stacked field. And to show you what she said to herself, she was complaining to me afterwards that the time was only 4:10, and she'd wanted to run faster than that. But actually, she had run a technically brilliant race, tucked in behind the two world-class athletes, and then beat them.
Wow.
But yet, she's such a talent, she's not even happy to win that race. She's thinking, well, I wanted to go faster.
And how is Andy Young surviving in the Pyrenees? I hope the Diet Pepsi bottles leaders are coming to him.
Yes. Well, actually, he's a very nasty individual, because knowing that I'm stuck at home, he's been sending me pictures of the mountains. This is my view at the moment. What's yours like?
Yes. You got to send a few of those for us so we can put them up and thank Andy himself for that.
Yeah.
Yes. I like Andy. He's a good guy. I think he's a very thoughtful coach, and I've seen him with Laura over the last few years. I've seen him a bit with Gemma, but his athletes he has a good relationship with them, and I think that's really key. It's a good example, and I hope British athletics lets them the hell alone, and because sometimes over here, the shoe companies tend to get involved with their athletes and tell them who they should be coached by and all those kind of things. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes it's not so good, because I still think coaching is both art and science, and the athlete, there's got to be a place for both of them to get along.
But, incidentally, I did a long interview with Andy last week, which will be coming for RunBlogRun probably in a week or so.
Brilliant. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
I mean, about his coaching philosophy, how he got into it. I'll give you just a little taster.
Sure.
He was the World Schools 800 meters champion in 1994 at the age of 16.
Wow.
So there. I mean, personally, I didn't know there was a World Schools Championship until he told me. But I looked him up. Mr. Google was able to confirm that he really did do it.
Well, we got to thank the Google people. They're all over this San Jose, just so you know.